Hi, it's Artemy. You can also call me Art, and you can find me at CU Artist pretty much everywhere. I am very excited because I thought about this video topic and then realized I should maybe pair it with the video that actually goes with it, and it already matched up, so I am excited about that. So towards the end of this video, I ended up finishing the editing that I had going on, and I didn't want to stop filming that long, well, not stop filming, but pause the active comic making in order to kind of deliberate what exactly I was going to do next. I could have started putting the episode into mobile format, but I really did want to take another break and just do another checkup on the editing. I just downloaded the PDFs onto my phone, so I'm gonna do that sometime today, hopefully. Just because there were so many bigger changes that I made, I do just want to have another look at the tinier little mistakes. Though, I do think at a certain point, it doesn't need to be that perfect, so we will see. I also was like, I could do some more of the outlining stuff, the character-specific ones. I just don't know how exciting that will be to look at. So I started jumping into the next chapter, just because that was the easiest option of the many, just because I do know that process pretty well. I thought I would be jumping into doing the rough drafts for that chapter. However, at least with the first page, it is just of a building, so I really am just going to be doing the lines as a vector layer, so I really don't need that much of another rough draft there. I did end up the next day, I think, trying to just go straight from the first rough draft into the line art, and some of it is okay. I am going to end up redoing one of the panels, though, a little bit, just because it is a little bit weird anatomically, so I found references, and I'm going to be fixing that today. It's just one of those moments that I'm really glad that I have so much of everything pre-set up so I can just quickly move into the next chapter relatively easily. Since I'm just kind of doing a little bit of updates of what is happening, I am also going to talk about a foolish move I did. I was working on some background lines because I was at work and didn't have my tablet, and just working on the lines is pretty darn easy to do with a tablet, and I didn't have more audio to edit, so I was just like, I want to do something while I'm on my lunch. Unfortunately, I went to use a rectangle to make a doorway, and because I used the rectangle tool but with the fill to just quickly color in backgrounds that I have selected, I went to another layer to adjust the tool so that it was not going to be filled, and then I could make sure it was on the right setting, and then I proceeded to fully line a panel on that non-vector layer. So, yeah, here's just a reminder to make sure to check what layer you are on before going. I know that there's a locking thing that you can do to a layer so that you can't draw on it when you don't mean to. Typically, I have the layers I'm not working on kind of a lower opacity, but since that was the layer I was going to use for a rough draft that I was not doing at the time, it was not less opacity. It wasn't too much time to fix, but definitely was not pleased with myself. I also just realized something I forgot to mention in the kind of regular comic routine thing, is that I, at least once a week, I believe after a week, my computer will remind me to do a backup, if not a week, every 10 days. My computer is relatively new, but I had not backed it up since I had gotten it for a bit, and then I was listening to a webcomic artist podcast. I will link it in the description, where several of the people in this podcast had almost or had lost weeks of comic progress, and I realized I had months that were not backed up pretty much anywhere. So I quickly made sure to do a whole computer backup, because I hadn't done so since I had gotten the new computer, and now I am making sure to do that regularly and fit that into a routine. I also have to pretty regularly use a different drive to remove all of the videos that I am making, just because my computer does not have that much space, so I really need to make sure to keep it pretty clean with how much video is on here. So my hard drives are really easily accessible currently, just because I'm doing a lot of work and I need to continue backing things up and keeping my computer clean. Yeah, so that is my little update. Thank you for listening, and I hope to see you tomorrow.